And welcome to Squeezing Glass.
We're back. No magical intro this time, Rob?
I hate everything about our intro. And it's because we're back.
I love it. It's funny to me. Although our little alternate intro last time made quite the splash.
I'm sorry. I didn't know we were doing that. It was
funny.
Caught red-handed.
Who just made that? Who just made that putt?
I saw it too.
Ricky? Was that Ricky?
Tricky Ricky.
Ricky might be the one dude that, like, I want to win the most out of anybody. Every tournament. I love the dude.
That's a hot take.
Why? I love the dude.
No. I don't think Ricky's. I like Ricky too. I just.
I like how flamboyant he is, but like also like when he talks, he's just cool.
If there's anyone I don't want to win, actually, there's multiple people I don't want to win. Which one of them didn't make the cut, so I'm happy. Wyndham Clark.
Wyndham Clark missed the cut?
Yeah.
I hadn't seen anything about him.
First Masters, you know, no, not many people in the history of the Masters have done well in the first Masters. So, makes sense. But don't want him to win. I don't want Scotty to win. I think Scotty is an unbelievable player. Like, maybe one of the best ball striker I've ever seen. I mean, even like peak Tiger Woods, I don't think was this good. Now, Tiger was an infinitely better putter. So, like, that's where he made ground and whatnot. But, like, I mean, Scotty's like tee to green is like his shot spread compared to everybody else's tee to green is, I mean, he is so much better. But like he is the most boring person. He's just like, yeah, you know, like he's like, how do you celebrate? I might get a milkshake with my wife. I'm like,
he is like he's just like
out of here.
He's like old country boy, like goes, you know, Bible beating, go to church, not do anything. He's awesome. I love it. And
he's a good guy. Like I'm not knocking it.
And that footwork is just
he is so boring. And I'm like, golf needs someone like Tiger was sure. Tiger had a lot of extracurriculars off the golf course. Some good, some not so good.
Tiger wasn't a partier like bad boy though. He was a golden child until we realized he wasn't.
You thought he was,
right?
He still had excitement though, man. Like there was like a buzz about Tiger. There's no buzz about Scotty Scheffler. Like the only thing they talk about is like, oh my god, look at this shot with his footwork when he goes.
Oh my god.
You know,
there's a lot of I don't know like a PC way to say dick riding of Scotty Scheffler, but for good reason. The dude is insane.
I mean, he's the best player. He's the best player we've seen since Tiger Woods. Like as opposed to like Rory was really good, but Rory wasn't winning like Scotty. I mean, and Scotty's like top 10ing every week. I mean, like I've never seen anything like this. Even prime Tiger. Well, that's not true. Prime Tiger was head and shoulders above everyone else too. But like he's the first person since prime Tiger that I've seen anywhere close to that.
Yeah.
But it's still probably not that close.
It's a lot closer.
Really?
It is Scotty, a lot closer than you think.
I don't know enough about golf. I just kind of assume because it's
now. I will say
Tiger. You know? Tiger
won more than Scotty has, but the top 10s that Scotty has and whatnot is unbelievable.
See, it is really insane. His winnings, just speak to it. But you know the other. Like I'm sad that Rahm went to LIV because I was like really excited after last year to like watch him again.
Well, it'd have been really cool to watch Scotty, Rahm, and Rory, the top three guys, compete week in, week out. Which
exactly,
that's the whole. I mean, if we really want to get into the PGA LIV thing, that's my whole beef with the PGA from before the LIV started was you had golf tournaments every weekend, and the best players didn't compete every weekend. And so you had because some people want to take this tournament off. They want to take this tournament off because they want to get ready for the Masters coming up or the British Open or whatever, and the Open, excuse me. But so like it kind of left, the only weekends you had the best players there were the four majors and the players, and obviously the Tour Championship at the end of the year.
Yeah,
but like the Tour Championship at the end of the year is also kind of like because that format is dog shit. Excuse my French. Yeah, it is terrible. But
I get excited about it, but it is
I do too, because it's just fun to watch those guys like compete for something like a lot of money, man. Like, I mean, like, and it doesn't have the history like the other things does, so it doesn't get me like as going as other stuff. But like when you're competing for what is it, 20 million now? Like that's a lot of dough,
that's a
man.
lot.
And like it's and players want it. I mean, like it's cool to watch players do it because like we've had like Brant Snedeker won it one year. I mean, we've had like several like not no names, but not like the big guys win it, and that's life changing for them. And I think that's really cool.
So, what do you think what do you think the format should be for the championship?
If this was my personal opinion, if I was doing the tour championship, and that there's a pool that 20 million or whatever, how big the pool is, I don't remember off the top of my head. I would have a regular season championship. So you get however many points for your placement, winning whatever for the regular year, and then you crown a regular season champion, and then
a playoff thing.
And then a playoff. I mean, you just get in. You don't have the points aren't there anymore. So then you have a field of whatever normal field is. I mean, some are 150, some are 125, but you do 125, and then you play that first event, and you only take the top 75. So 75 and you only take the top 75.
You're just creating a bracket format like post regular season.
Yes,
so like
but you got to pay out. You got to pay out though for the standings in the regular season. That way, it's like a true playoff because anyone can get hot and anyone can win. And but I think that'd be more. I know they want the big guys winning because whoever's played, during the year the best, they want winning because that's going to sell more. And at the same time, like how cool would it be though to watch a playoff on the first tournament for the say there's say -6 is getting into is 75 and lower. So then you only take the top 75 though, and you have a playoff to make it into the next tournament. Like that would be
It would be cool. It would be cool. I get why they do it though, because they are trying to incentivize the rest of these other tournaments that are happening throughout the year. Like, how else do you do it? I mean, I guess to your point, like a big ass purse on the regular season is the.
Well, they do. Well, so now they have the elevated events. So, like basically during the season, it's like I'm not saying it's every other week, but it's more like every other week or every 3 weeks they have an elevated event, and that's where the prize pool is way higher, and they also have but the top 75 you get to play in it basically, and some of them are no cuts, some of them are cut events. The ones that are cut events have a little bit more people playing in it, but like the only way you can get in is if you're top 75 of the world, or I'm not gonna say exact numbers, but there's like 15 other spots basically to where if you've won that year, if you've done something else where there's these exemptions that you can get in, then you can play. But those events are like you're going to get way better world ranking points, because when you're playing against all the top players all there, like that event is so elevated. Like, so say you still come in dead last year, you're still going to get more points than when you play like just a regular season event that's non-elevated, but that doesn't have all the best players in it. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, the way they've done it, I'm not a fan. And but that's also because of LIV coming and have done what
it'll work itself out. Like all this stuff is still really, really new, so they'll figure it out. If it's not working, they'll change it.
I hope they do because
they have to. They have to because they have to keep the viewership. So
golf to me is not near as fun to watch anymore as it used to be. Now the majors are, and I mean the Masters. Like it's my favorite thing ever. I mean,
Well, I mean, when I turn on, like, I don't know, I can't think of a tournament, but it was not too long ago when
Honda Classic or whatever.
Honda Classic, and I was like, who's playing? And I was like, oh, nobody.
Yeah,
like just a couple of guys, and you're like, well, this is kind of weird. But then the other thing that's weird about that is like you have this smaller pool of the big names playing, and then if they're not doing good that weekend, you're like really not incentivized to watch that tournament. You're like, I'm not watching some rando that I don't know. And I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. I don't know all 250 of the PGA Tour players. Like I might know 15 or 20 of them. Like, you know what I mean? And so it's, if you turn on a tournament and
you don't know anybody, you're not going to watch it.
If your dude is not doing good, or if he's like 10 strokes ahead of everybody else, and you're just like,
well, and Scotty's done that. I mean, Scotty's been 8 strokes ahead and is like, well, this is a walk in the park.
I know. That's why it would be awesome if you still had Brooks and Rahm and everybody else in the field like competing but
no, I agree.
I don't know.
There's also though, like you got to realize, I'm like a huge golf fan, so I know a lot of players. But at the same time, like you have, like what made the PGA really cool though was like you'd had these random people win. Like when you win, you changes your life. You get exemption for 2 years. You get into all the majors. You get in all this stuff. And so like when you have the world 647th person, player in the world come in and because he got in on exemption or qualified or whatever, and then wins a tournament and it changes his life. Like that's what made the PGA cool. But when you have these L8 events, like that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And so, and not to mention, if you're not in the top 75, like the tournaments that you're allowed to play in, the ones that are not the elevated events, so which the purses are smaller, but like you have to do well in those to keep your card. So it's, I don't know. It's very, and I don't know a way to fix it. I'm not sitting here trying to say, oh, this is terrible and you should fix it like this. Cause like this is, I don't know a way. I don't know.
I think the first thing they have to do is figure out a way to get the LIV guys back in. And then they can, once they figure that out, like if they can compel the LIV guys to come back, they can pay them enough and get everything squared away in such a way that they want to come back and play on the tour again, then I think it'll like that idea will fix a lot of the problems that the tour has today. But it's gonna be really weird. I mean, how do you go from like, I mean, God, these guys are getting $100 million contracts. Like, how do you pull them back in? DJ, DJ's just out there chilling.
They're not going back. The only way they go back is a merger, which I thought was going to happen. But like, they're not going to go unless the money stops flowing for LIV. Like, there's no way they go back.
Well, it's not going to stop flowing because they're making more money than they can.
So it has to be a merger. That's the only way.
But somebody explain that to me. Like, how is LIV making money? Because I'm
I'm not talking about LIV. LIV not making money. This is it's all sports washing because the Saudis have infinite money, dude. They print. Yeah. They print money because
but it's so weird. Like, why are they doing it? Well, what's their reasoning behind it? It's money loser.
They're trying to get in good graces of people by doing this stuff. That's why they bought into tennis, dude. They bought into F1.
I just don't feel like it's doing that. I don't feel like it's doing what they want to.
Well, you don't. I mean, we're not overseas. We don't see what they do on a regular basis. I mean, like
that's fair.
So there's no way to know that. I mean, but at the same time, like they got more money than everyone and every billionaire in the world put together, and they can do what they want.
Here's what I don't think is a hot take, but I'm sure there's going to be people who think it's a hot take. If you're getting into sports, like ownership, it shouldn't be for the money. Like, sure, you want to like not like lose all of your money, right? Like you don't want to lose a fuck ton. Like you want to like if you can, like if I'm like trying to buy a sports team, right? Like it's I need to be rich. I need to been rich. I need to have like I could lose my investment and still be rich, kind of thing. Like why are you buying a sport? Yeah. Like a sports team should not. That's my problem with like the A's, and it's like that. All they've done, like they've been the cheapest payroll in baseball for 20 plus years. With that, like their payroll last year was lower than their payroll in 2001. It's been 20 years. Like that's stupid.
Yeah,
so,
I know that. Of course, I agree. I agree with that. You should, if you can buy a team, you should not be able to put and loot and then all of a sudden your team goes bankrupt and you're bankrupt. Like you shouldn't do that. But at the same time, like I mean, like look at the guy.
Nobody's incentivized to do that. Yeah, nobody's incentivized to do it.
Look at Mark Cuban who bought the Mavs. I mean, he bought him for like $350 million, and then it's now worth over $2 billion. And so it's like. But at the same time, like it was an investment for Mark Cuban. Like I understand you like sports, but like you gotta it's gotta be both. It can't be.
I agree with that. Like it's not supposed to be something you're supposed to lose money on. But at the same time, like it shouldn't be something where like you're trying to just squeeze every drop of profit. Is kind of my point. Like it should be like if you're buying a sports team and you're buying it strictly for an investment and not because you love that sport or that team, like it's got to be both of those, and it should be heavier on the other side than the other.
That's where I disagree. I think it's equal. It's equal parts. Like it's a love of the game drives the profitability. The profitability drives your love of the game because you want to win.
The better you are at the sport, though, the more money you're going to make. So, like,
right. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly right, Rob.
it's a cycle.
It's kind of
it's a feedback loop.
Point because the more you're in the playoffs, the more you get paid out by TV deals and all that stuff. You're like all-stars, like if you host an all-star, you do all this stuff, like you're going to get paid more. So like you want to be a good team so you make more money. So it's
a feedback loop because you gotta, to make more money, you gotta be a good team. Be a good team.
Yeah,
make more money.
And if you love your team, you're going to want them to be better, so you're going to make the investment to make them better, and that will obviously pay off in the long run.
Yeah.
That's why I think they're equal. They're equal parts. I promise you, Mark Cuban would have just bought if he just loved the Mavs and didn't want to make money. He would have just bought a nice ass box and gone and watched the Mavs. Like, who cares? You know what I mean?
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the profit matters, but there's a part of me that thinks it's. Because at that point, more than likely, at least now, right? Like Mark Cuban buying it at $350 million is a lot different than selling it for $3 billion now. Because like if you're going to buy a franchise, it's going to cost a couple billion. Like you don't like if you're able to buy a sports franchise or a team, you don't really need more money. That's kind of my point with that. Is like if you're able to do that, you've got enough money.
Yeah,
so
but
like that's
why
I'm like obviously that's what I'm saying. Like you don't want to 100% just lose your investment. I'm not necessarily saying that, but I know profits matter. But like
I think you're underestimating that kind of person. Like those kind of people,
that's
always want.
That's
more
not
money.
what I'm saying. Like I get that's who those people are.
You don't get to be a billionaire without being pretty freaking greedy. Because
once
you have like $10 million in the bank, basically everything's free.
Here are the exact numbers, by the way. So Mark Cuban bought it for $285 million and sold it for $4 billion.
Yeah.
Oh, he already sold it. I thought he still owned it.
So he made $3.7 billion.
That's insane.
That's nutty. That's nutty. That's awesome.
So I mean, what is that on your investment? That's what 9
pretty
times. No.
Almost as good as Nvidia.
That's more than that. That's 3. Oh, really? That's what we're gonna go. That's how we're gonna start this out. 12 times. 12 and a little change times is money.
Oh, it's way worse than Nvidia then.
Fuck you.
Anyway, well, I don't know. I don't think Ricky's gonna win the Masters, boys. Sad day. Also, I just can't figure out what happened to Rory. What
Dude, he can't play. He can't play the Masters. He's never been able to play the Masters. He screwed in 2011, I believe.
But he also can't win it. He hadn't been able to win another major. Like it's not just the Masters.
Since 2014.
Head case these days, huh?
Dude, he's got more money than he knows what to do with. He does money ruins all these guys. Women and money.
Justin Thomas.
Women and money ruin all these professional golfers.
Professional athletes.
That's probably true. Actually, you're right about that. But look at Spieth. Spieth won all these majors, and then as soon as he got married and had kids, he sucks.
The whole crew, man. That whole crew.
And
Thomas,
I'm
Spieth,
super glad he's like anyone
Ricky.
watching. I love that he's happy. He's made a great life for himself. That's fantastic. But
yeah,
I wanted to see Spieth be like the guy.
I did too. Well, I like Spieth. He's fun. But I always laugh because we talk about these professional athletes and we're like, oh man, money and women ruined them, and I'm like, oh my god, it would have ruined me too though. I wouldn't even see me on TV. I'd be gone.
Hand on a Bible, I would be ruined too. So don't.
I'd take a gap year because I thought I was rich enough to retire. I'd blow it all and I'd be back worse the following year.
Look at
please
Dustin
let
Johnson.
me enter a tournament.
Dustin Johnson,
he's awful.
Just made $150 million from LIV, and he's made more money in 3 years on LIV than just about anyone else on tour besides maybe Scotty Scheffler, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, he's just out there making money. I mean, dude's probably worth $300 or $400 million now, and plays golf, and no one watches him play golf because he's on LIV.
Yeah, I wonder how much Scotty's made with endorsements and everything.
No, I don't know about endorsements, but
I mean, we can look online. You can look on the PGA app and see how much money he's made.
He definitely hasn't made $150 million in a year. I mean, there's no way.
But DJ's deal was $150 million for 3 years on LIV.
Oh, okay. Oh,
not to mention though. I mean, His first year on LIV, I think he won $40 million.
Damn.
Jeez.
When he was good still?
I mean, he won a tournament on LIV this year, but I mean, like, I mean, like, LIV does have good players. Like, everyone's like,
of course.
But they have 50-something players playing, and they have maybe like 10 guys that are
top
notch. And then after that, so like you're not like when you don't have to compete against 10 guys, like, I mean, sure, any of those guys can get hot and all that stuff, because like professional golfers, like any of those guys can get hot for a weekend and be the best player in the world. Like any of these top 2,000 players can do that. But on an average day-to-day basis, like the guys that are the top 10, or there's a reason they're top 10, because they're the ones that are going to be, beat your ass even on a bad day.
Yeah.
So Rob, what is LIV? What is that?
Like what? Like where did it come? Like the name or what?
No. Like what is that? I have no idea what that is.
Well, so it's a Saudi-backed league, and they basically
you don't know what LIV is, really?
Yeah, no idea.
So it's a Saudi-backed league.
He's trolling. Mason's trolling. Mason is trolling. Rob, he's trolling.
I can't with this guy.
He's trolling.
I actually think he has no idea.
I've seen that face before.
Like
Dude,
Patrick Star in SpongeBob, how he lives under that rock. That's Mason right now.
Yep.
You haven't watched Full Swing on Netflix?
Nope.
Same.
Damn. You hadn't watched it either?
I don't
Damn.
have Netflix.
Who doesn't have Netflix?
I mean, that's not crazy. That's not. I mean,
I respect that move, honestly.
It's gonna be something where like I'll get it like once or twice a year. I'll pay for like 1 month, like catch up on some stuff, because I typically binge stuff anyway. So I'll bet right now I just don't really see the value in having it.
Flick's spending all his money on Crunchyroll.
Are you about to tell me that LIV is essentially a Saudi-backed PGA or something like that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fairly close. It's team play, right?
They poached a bunch of They poached a bunch of PGA players. So they basically gave them these fat ass contracts, like to come over and play on LIV. And so, but once they did that, they are no longer allowed on the PGA Tour. But the PGA Tour does not run the majors, so that's why you'll see a lot of the guys that are on LIV play in majors, because if they still qualify,
they're invite tournaments.
Well, if they qualify for them or be invited or whatever, you can still play. So,
yeah.
Well, if I was a professional golfer, I'd probably take the fat contract too.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like that's a good question. What would you have done? What would you have done, Rob?
Listen, if the Saudis want to buy this podcast, we are open to negotiation.
True. That's true. No. If you were Dustin Johnson, Rob, would you have taken the money?
So it all depends on the situation of the player that goes. So like DJ, right? DJ's later in his career. Now, granted, DJ, if he'd kept on the tour in 5 years and won a couple of times every year, maybe won another major or two, he could be, cemented as literally a top 10, maybe top 15 player of all time. Because I mean, he's won on the PGA Tour. He's won over
more majors.
Won over 20 times. Won a Masters. Won a U.S. Open. Kind of done stuff like that. So maybe not him, because he didn't need the money. I mean, he's married to Wayne Gretzky's daughter. Wayne Gretzky's got more money than God too. So like, I mean, they got all the money in the world. They don't need more of it. At the same time, like, he's got kids, and like, you want to like set them up for like life. So like, do I mind that he took the money? Because he has a do not give a fuck attitude. So like, I get why he went, because who kind of guy he is. But like, some of these guys are like, oh, my legacy would be tainted, all this shit, and it's like, dude, like, you were a nobody anyway.
Yeah.
Like, like all these people in the PGA that are staying, it's like, oh, my legacy would be tainted, and it's like, dude, you won maybe twice on tour, like, boo freaking who? But at the same time, you have like Billy Horschel is a prime example. He's like such anti-LIV, which I get. Like, you want to protect your tour. Like, that's my only knock at the people that went to LIV, and then when they're just dissing on the PGA, that's what I don't like. Now, if you went over there and said, I wanted to take the money, it helps my family, helps generational wealth.
They want to wear shorts.
Want to wear shorts? Like, sure, do your thing, man. Like, I don't care.
I'm like 50% sure that's the reason Brooks went.
No, Brooks wanted to do YouTube stuff, and the PGA Tour wouldn't let him, and so he was like, but no, anyways, but like,
well, Brooks also, I feel like Brooks also might have thought that his career was over.
No, Brooks
all the back issues and that sort of thing.
And he had knee issues, and he 100%. That's why he took the money, because he got paid $100 million to go over there, and he really didn't know if he was ever going to be able to compete again.
I think I would have gone.
I don't think he'd gone.
I think I would have gone. And here's why. Not because I don't love the tour. I think the tour's awesome and better. But just like we talked about a minute ago, there's so many of these tournaments that you go play, and like you can avoid some of them, you can skip out on some of them, but you have to play more than just the majors. You're going to play them. Nobody's going to watch them. Who cares? And so if you know that you're going to go, like, they probably knew that there was a good chance if they go to LIV that they still get to play the majors. And
well, if they qualify for them, yeah.
So now you're playing. You're still playing no name tournaments. You're making 100x the money. And you still get to play the majors? And if you win the majors, you still get cemented as an incredible golfer? Sounds like a pretty damn good deal to me.
And so that's why, like, you go see, like,
the best fucking way to go in the world.
All the people that have won majors, they're the reason they go is because once you win a major, after that year, you have 5 years of getting into all the majors.
Yeah.
So you have exemption for 5 years. So, like, Cam Smith won in 2021, he won the British Open.
Yeah.
And after that year, he then went to LIV. I mean, so like a lot of these guys that have won majors went because they still can play in the majors for the next 5 years and hoping they win another one and then they get another 5 years and so on and so on.
Do you remember if did LIV offer Rory?
Yeah, they offered him like 600 million or 800 million or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, they offered Tiger. They offered Tiger. I think it was 900.
Tiger's like, buddy, that Nike deal made Tiger so much fucking money. It doesn't matter. Like, he doesn't care.
Well, I mean, he doesn't care either, and he's got to be. But Tiger's got to be a supporter of the tour because Tiger made the tour, and Tiger is the tour, and so is Rory. So, like, Rory couldn't go. But, like, okay, here's a prime example of someone that I feel bad for because of what is going on with the merger talks, and if they do merge, like Will Zalatoris had been, he's second in the Masters, second in the U.S. Open. He's won. I think he's won either once, maybe twice on tour. But like, he was a big name. He was playing really good golf, and they offered him $90 million to go over there and play for 3 years. Well, he declined it and said, like, I love the tour's legacy, the tradition behind it, which I get. I love that. That's fine. But then he got hurt, and for like a year and a half, he didn't know if he was going to be able to come back and play. And it's like, dude, if you just signed that contract, I mean, like, not being able to know if you're going to make money and then signing a $90 million contract, like that is, I mean, like, when I say life-changing, I mean, I cannot like explicitly say
but
how
I mean,
life-changing is that.
At the same time, though, like Mason said earlier, once you hit that threshold of money, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, but Will Zalatoris didn't have that kind of money.
What? After placing that high in tournaments, I mean, dude,
you gotta like
second place in a tournament is still millions of dollars.
Now, maybe not back then.
I think just Google what his net worth is.
Well, I'm about to go.
I love how we are. We're talking about this LIV thing. Like, what, 3 years? 3 years later? Has it been 3 years?
Yeah. From tournaments, he's made 17, almost 18 mil.
Okay. Boo-hoo. Like,
yeah, but
he's rich.
Sure. Okay. So he's made half of that because the government takes away half of it. So he's made.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. That money was his earnings on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just on tour.
Sponsorships, like, he's probably a 50 millionaire, 30 millionaire, 25 millionaire.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Once you put that in the bank, you can live off the interest, and you still make it.
Y'all gotta. I understand, and I'm with you, but you also got to realize he's got expenses. So it's not like it's just. I mean, like, when you fly, you do this, you do that. Like, you got to pay a coach, you got to pay a caddy. I mean, caddy's getting 10% of that money. Taxes take. I mean, so like, it's a lot more. It's not near as much money as you think it is.
It's a lot of money.
Caddy's payroll, so that's pre-tax.
Caddy's is payroll for the weekend, but they also get like 10% of the earnings once they make, if they make the cut.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I still think, like,
all the taxes around that.
I think once these guys have like,
you write off as an expense. I mean, it's an expense, but still, like,
I think
you're not making that money though, is what I'm getting at.
I don't know. If somebody gave me $3 million right now, no, it probably wouldn't be enough. For the rest of my life, at least. That's what I mean. It would be enough. If anybody out there wants to give me $3 million, I won't turn it down, but I'll probably still have to work. Maybe just with the less stress.
Yeah, but you could let that sit for 5 years and keep working, and in 5 years you could retire probably.
Maybe.
Or you
Maybe.
could just lose your ass in the stock market with it, and then
This is where
$3 million comes to $2 million or $1.5 million.
This is where we've been going down the straight and narrow with the podcast, and we take a left turn and get political. It's like
That wasn't political. I'm just
I'm just saying it very easily could be. It's like, oh well, what that $3 million is going to be what in 10 years? Who knows?
That's a
Who
very
knows?
good question. I
I guess it does depend on November because, like, what is inflation since he's been in office? Entirety?
Not great. So the Masters.
My food bill.
Has anybody y'all been watching it a lot or what? Flick, you been watching it?
Some, yeah. I've got it on right now. I had it on yesterday, but I have it on, but don't like pay attention every second.
What is
Yeah.
Who's got the live cast right now? Like what?
Just go to
Masters.
Masters.com.
Yeah, Masters
Watch the
app.
feature groups.
It's the best app of all time.
It really is.
Yeah, it's incredible. Random thought I had. Do you think mid-March to early April is the time of year where the most apps are downloaded and deleted within the same month? The reason I say that is because of the Masters app, for one, and then all of the college
Madness.
basketball bracket.
Oh, I don't delete my Masters app. I like to give it on.
I delete the
I keep it.
I have it.
You keep it, Jordan. You delete it.
I'd keep it.
Oh, I keep it,
I'm my phone's
They got
low in
movies and
space,
stuff.
so I delete it. But I like add and delete that, and I add and delete like ESPN's tournament bracket and sometimes CBS if I'm doing one of those too. It's just a random thought I had the other day.
Maybe. Could be.
That's valid.
Could be. I don't delete. Do I delete any apps? I don't delete any apps because I don't be downloading no random shit.
I don't either. My phone's 256 gigs. I don't ever have to worry about it.
Wow.
Same, Mason.
I don't think mine is that big. I
Mine
went
is
with a small
64,
one. I don't-
and I'm at like
Also,
60.
I feel like websites have such good like mobile versions of their sites now that I don't have to download an app for a lot of things. Unless I go to something and they're like the functionality is only in the app. I don't.
yes
don't
and
download it.
no. There's several websites that are
Reddit
just
likes to do
miserable
that.
because they have
That's
all
true.
those fucking ads. And like on your computer, it's not terrible, but when you go to your phone, there's like 50 fucking like pop-ups. It's like anytime I play video games and I try to search up like one thing, like I'm trying to like do a quest or whatever. I go to like it's like Game Rants or like whatever those websites are, and you get on, and you have like a pop-up ad, and then you have an ad under that, and then you have to wait 15 seconds for the video. Like it's it's miserable.
Before
I agree with you, Fleck.
we move on to something else, does anyone want to take a bet right now that Nikolai Hojgaard will blow up today?
Today,
He's
Or
I
playing
want to take a
today.
that-
He's playing with Scotty Scheffler on the second to last group in the Masters. I will bet my life savings. Boom.
I
Yeah.
will bet my life savings that Mason and I have no idea who you're talking about.
he's fourth.
You
right
win
now.
that bet.
I think I don't know. I may be biased, but I think Bryson is going to be out of the top 10 by the end of tomorrow. I said that. I said that
He's
early
tied
on.
for first right now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I kind of
That's a hot.
It's a bold bet.
That is a hot take.
I said it. I said it. To be fair, I said it at the beginning,
That?
and most of the time when I make a bet, I'm absolutely wrong.
want to wager, Jordan?
I mean,
Oh,
like
do it.
$1.
Oh, come
I'm the worst. I'm the worst gambler of all time.
At least 1,000.
Have you ever seen me gamble and actually come out positive? Ever?
Y'all should definitely
Y'all,
put $1,000 on it.
I have to tell a story on Jordan because
Okay.
he's talking about his gambling. So we went on a cruise together, and we played a couple games. We played 3-card. We played blackjack. Played much shit. Well, Jordan, he'd been hanging in there. He hadn't been doing anything crazy. Well, we got off. We kind of lost some money, so we got off the table, and we look over and we see this claw game, right? So it's like, you go in, you grab, but what was in there was a bunch of money. So it's like you grab like these stacks of money, basically.
It's a wad of like.
A lot of cash. And so Jordan's, oh, this looks easy. We should be able to figure this out. Get in there, start doing it. About, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes go by. And I was like, I kind of look at Jordan. I said, how much money you spending? He goes, I don't know. And I was like, oh. And I was like, and next thing I know, he wins one. And it was only, and he got $100.
And then he looked at me and goes, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I spent 130 on that." So that he still lost money.
But
I did
win.
You son of a bitch.
I won the claw game in a cruise casino, which was probably the worst odds. If you were to combine all the odds in every casino on the planet, it's probably worse than that.
It was so damn funny though. I mean, he was like, "Yep, I definitely spent more than $100 on that game," and I was like, "Oh."
I had a crowd though. When that $100 started coming out, everybody was like, "Oh."
That's awesome.
I really thought for half a second you were going to say you gave up after $100 or whatever, and then someone came in like 5 minutes later and took it. I really thought that was good.
No, this was over the course of like 6 days. It was an 8-day cruise. We played this claw machine every day for. I mean, I think I got it on like the 6th day. It was very close to the end.
So. It was
by the end of it, like we had made friends around the claw machine. It's ridiculous. We also spent way too much time in the casino.
Yeah, we spent so much time in the casino, like on like the next. No, actually, it was not the next to last day. It was like the 3rd day in. They're like, "Oh, you drink free in here now." And I was
Rob also lost all of his money at the end.
3-card
poker, man. We played so much freaking 3-card poker.
That's because it was so fun and we didn't lose a lot. That last day is what got me. If it wasn't for the last day, I'd have been fine.
Cruise casinos. Here's a hot take. Cruise casinos are the best because they have the cheapest tables, so you can just play and play and play and play and play, and only lose like $200 or $300.
Damn, it was fun.
Did you keep walking up every day and start looking at it and start saying, "The claw," like from Toy Story?
Yeah, basically. I would like. I don't remember the claw machine. The claw machine was by the bar.
Yeah.
So it was like anytime you went to go get a drink, it would just like call your name. It was like, "I'm here, bitch. Come try me."
Also, Flick, their 3-card poker, the dealer showed you one of their cards.
Really?
Yeah. So your odds were infinitely better. So you like if they had an ace show and you're like, "Nah, get the fuck out."
Interesting.
So much
awesome.
better.
Now,
so much
I just want to go on a cruise to gamble for a couple of days.
Let's go on a cruise.
Rub down.
The cruise would be so easy, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be easy.
Like me.
We're talking about my mom was talking about one. It's her 65th birthday next year. She's talking about doing one next year.
So your mom and
1960.
Yeah, my mom and dad are 59. So I guess I knew they were around the same age, but I couldn't remember.
Well, anyway, back to the Masters. Do we want what?
I was gonna say, speaking of parents, so my stepdad, and this is relates to golf too. My stepdad's 70. He'll be 74 this year. Doug will.
Mm-hmm.
Dude can stripe a golf ball still. I mean, like,
really?
Dude, his iron play is one less club than mine.
Well, he's so tall.
I know, but like my dad can't hit it out of his
pendulum.
My dad can't hit out of his fucking shadow, and Doug's over here just like, Whoa.
Yeah, but God, dog, Bobby's back is about to like come out of his back.
That's true. But Mark can't hit. Mark's shorter than my dad, and Mark's only like 68, 69.
And he can hit it short or far.
Short.
Yeah, well, Mark's short though. The taller you are, the more like pendulum you have. I mean, in theory, all tall people should hit it further.
Have we seen Rory McIlroy though?
He's know.
Like 5'8".
Yeah, but there's always those dudes that are just different. But Rory's also swole.
He's a little bitch.
I like Rory. Fuck you.
I never liked Rory.
Why?
He's
you
don't
like Rory.
Here.
You don't like Rory, but you like Bryson? That didn't make any sense to me.
Bryson's American.
But Bryson's an idiot.
Rory McIlroy is the Andy Murray of golf.
Stop it. I
don't like that take because I like Andy Murray.
Andy Murray is awful.
I know people hate Andy Murray. He's a little whiny bitch on the court, but like off the court, I really, really like him.
I hate Andy Murray.
I don't know anything about him off the court.
He's not playing still, is he?
Hey, LT Gray's teeing off, boys.
I was just about to say that. That's what I was looking at right now.
Yeah.
I've got it up. Dude, this Masters.
Four, please.
Shit. Y'all are right.
Dude, I'm telling you,
It's the best sports app owner.
I can't
Not
figure out
close.
why any other sport, like, they just need to adopt it. Just be like, oh, we're taking this, we're taking that. Like, give me that. It is so good.
Does the Masters do anything bad, or is it just like? I feel like they're just like it's just blank check for everything, and so what they put out is pretty,
well, I mean,
it's always.
You have no idea how much money they make off their merchandise. I mean, that's what makes them do what they want to can do what they want to do.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They can just like there's no like when they were probably like going to build the app, whoever built it was probably like, so what's your budget? And they were like, nobody.
Make it the absolute best.
I haven't heard that word in a long time.
What's a budget?
And then make it better than that.
Yeah.
Like you want us to budge something and like push it? Like what are you talking about budget?
I mean, honestly, Jeff Bezos is probably a member, and they probably just ask him, and he's like, "I got it."
I don't think he's a member.
Ain't no shot he's a member.
I don't think he's
Really?
a member. Mm-mm. Is there a list of members?
No.
Augusta.
Why do you say no shot?
Why do I say no shot?
Yeah.
Because you got to be invited to be a member, and he would never be invited.
Why not?
Because it's not even political. It just the people they invite are not the people you would think they would invite. I mean, it is.
I mean, it's only a couple hundred members, isn't it?
I don't know how many, to be honest. I mean, it's not that many. I mean,
Condoleezza Rice.
She was the first woman, right?
It's always very strange.
Yeah, she was the first one.
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember those news.
There's 3 women that are members for sure.
I heard Bill Gates got rejected because he asked.
Yeah, if you ask, you're not getting in too. That's another thing. Like if you want it too much, they're not going to let you in.
They're so based. I love it.
Weird, man. This is pretty good. I don't know any of these names, frankly. A lot of oil and gas. Financial services.
And there's also a lot of Augusta people. I mean, that are just members. Like
a lot of Augusta, a lot of Atlanta.
Probably a lot of Coke people were members as well.
Like heads?
No, like Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah.
Marietta.
I can see that.
I should Google some of these people.
I mean, I'm not saying I know all the members. I know a decent amount of members actually.
Like have met them or just know who they are?
Like met them, know them.
Lou Holtz is a member. Is that weird?
Wait, the Fighting Irish guy?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What Jordan? What do we always say about Lou Holtz?
Well, son of a bitch. One of the greatest gifs of all time. Or I think it was a meme, actually. It wasn't a GIF.
Oh man.
And Stephen Hawking's slow smile.
Good drive by Tiger.
Tigray is in the middle of the fairway.
Let's go.
So Tiger has played infinitely better than I thought he would. I said at the beginning I would be shooketh if he made it through the first round without withdrawing. Which I feel like is not a hot take. So it's not. I like Tiger. I just don't. He's just broke. He's just a broken man.
He's not Tiger. He's not the Tiger we grew up with.
I played golf on Friday, and one of the guys I was playing with was like said that they had taken a bet that after the first 2 days from playing golf would Tiger Woods need major surgery after the first 2 days.
Wait, what?
So like basically saying like he was going to hurt himself out there and like require major surgery after playing golf for 2 days in a row.
Yeah. Jesus. I you know what? I like Tiger, but it bothers me that like I guess it's not really so much him. It's mostly the media. So this is maybe a little brutal on Tiger, but it bothers me that like after a couple rounds he'll be like he'll get asked a question about like how he's feeling or whatever, and he's just like, oh well my back is fused and I'm just like exhausted and like I just don't have the stamina anymore. I'm like, bro, you're like how old? He's like what, 48 or something, 50,
47 maybe 48, somewhere in there.
And I get it, like his back is fused, but like why is his stamina a problem?
Because
like,
he can't walk. He's got
He's got whatever. Literally, he can't bend his ankle. His ankle and whatever has been fused together. So like,
I got it. But why is his stamina? Pain is a totally different thing. Like if he's in pain, makes sense. But why is it? If he just plays golf all the time, I wouldn't think at 48 years old he would get tired.
Well, when he says stamina, he just means he can't do it because he literally it hurts so bad he can't do it. I don't think he's actually like huffing and puffing. But I mean, I'm sure it is very laboring to walk around like that when you like can't move it correctly.
And you got to
think what he does all the time.
Well, he doesn't do it all the time, dude. He plays golf. He rides in a golf cart,
and he has a surgery like every 6 months.
That's my point. That's my point with the whole thing. It's like let's stop making excuses for the guy. Like if he wants to make it through all 4 days without withdrawing 75% of his tournament, it's like get out there and fucking play, bro.
But he physically can't though. That's what he's trying to.
Why not? Why not?
Because he's a broken human being. What do you mean?
No, I think that he can't swing like he used to. I think his back is fused. All these things are facts, but it doesn't compute to me like that he can't build up and work on being able to make it through 4 days of golf.
That's like saying, I have a broke elbow and I can only bend my arm. I can only bend my arm this much. I'm like, I'm going to figure out a way to shoot free throws now. Like I can't, like if I can't shoot free throws when I have a broken,
that's exactly what it's like. But like, if you were doing it and you were doing it all the time, you wouldn't get tired of it. You might not be good at it anymore. I'm not talking about how good he is. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about him and being able to make it through 4 rounds in a tournament, walking consistently.
Dude, if he doesn't go through his like therapy and like all that shit like afterwards and before, he literally can't walk. Like that's how broken he is. The fact that he's even walking is a miracle.
When you talk about stamina and everything, like you got to think about too, like if he's having surgery every 6 months or whatever, like it feels like that could be that's not a correct timeline, right? But like you're having surgery, more than likely you're not doing any physical activity, probably a little bit before that, and for a good bit of time after that. So like there's not like huge muscle atrophy in that amount of time, but like that stamina you refer to is basically gone. You have to consistently build that back up. And then lose it again to a surgery, build it back.
Yeah, but I don't think he's not having surgeries that much anymore, is he?
And I don't think it's
it just is what it is now,
like
right?
You can't walk. I'm just saying it like it.
No, I know what you mean. I think so. Like if I look at, there's dudes out there that have prosthetic legs that are running 100 miles, and like, how do they do that? You think they're not in pain? No, they just get out there and fucking run and train and like build their stamina up, and they can do it. How well they can do it? No, they'll never be
to build stamina on. What are you talking about? You don't got to build muscle on
they're never going to win any races. Like I don't think Tiger's ever going to win a major again or anything. Like, but I don't know. I guess I just don't have sympathy for him when he's like withdrawals in the second round. And it's like, okay,
you don't have to.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
I also don't really have any. I don't really have any respect for the golf takes a lot of stamina aspect. Isn't there some like golfer out there that literally all he does is drink Diet Coke and smoke cigars the whole course?
That was like John Daly.
Yeah. I mean, like we're talking about walking, guys.
But he was John Daly.
Athlete.
John Daly's more of a personality than a winning.
Oh man, he won 2 majors, so it's fine. No, y'all, there's a lot more to it than I understand walking's not that.
It's physical. I'm not taking away from golf. I'm not taking away from golf at all. It's not about golf. It's about Tiger Woods. My statement is about Tiger Woods. Like if he's playing golf and he wants to play in a major and he does.
That's what he's playing in all the majors.
Then spend the 3 months before that training and getting ready and play golf.
That's all he does. That is literally all he does.
Then why can't he consistently make it through 4 rounds?
There is no one that works harder than him, maybe besides Kobe Bryant, as athlete wise. No one on this planet that has worked harder than him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm sure there's some, but I agree. I know he works really hard. That's too hard, frankly. That's probably why.
That's why he fucked up, because he was trying to be a SEAL at the same time and fucking bitches and doing all crazy shit.
He was a head case and nobody knew it.
Oh, he did go into. He did go on that thing where he was like doing role playing for the SEALs, and somebody.
Oh, he was literally jumping out. He was jumping out of. He was jumping out of helicopters and shit. I mean, like, there's like, I mean, he was like,
I don't get that,
and that's really what screwed him up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know he was a head case. I never really understood that. Like, you can train like crazy and do all, you know, whatever kind of crazy training you want, but like doing the stuff that like everybody knows is not really great for you, like jumping out of helicopters and shit and landing with heavy packs on legs that are not meant for that. Like, I don't know, that didn't make any sense to me. But I don't know, whatever. He looks great right now. He's really like watching him the past couple of days. He's moving around pretty. Now when he bends over and gets a ball, you think he's going to topple over.
He can't read a putt. He literally because he can't bend his ankle. So like he has to like
can't feel.
He like puts it out to the side and like goes down like this. It's awful.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I'm about to watch this right now.
It's a very different Tiger. Honestly, I wish you would just stop playing because it's. I don't know. You know what? I take that back. I respect it, kind of. Like, there's a part of me that, like, as a fan of Tiger, I'm like, okay, dude, just ride off into the sunset. Be the face of the PGA. Just stop playing in these tournaments. But then there's a part of me who's like, no, I respect the guy because he's just is out there competing. You know, like I love a competitor.
I do wish because he gets like the PGA has told him if he wants a medical exemption, he can get a golf cart, and he's like, I won't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was if he did that and then he like won something, it would be pretty weird. Oh, but you know, golf's not a physical game because walking's not that bad. But then if he gets the golf cart and won, then we want to bitch about it. Nobody said that here. None of us have said it. No, he was bringing it up.
But I mean, I'm not saying what I would think about it. I'm saying what the vast population would think about it. Just because you know, it'd be like, you know, when a trans athlete wins something.
Oh God. I
cut that.
I know Rob froze. Huh. Weird. Nope.
Rip.
He's back.
Can we take a quick
still frozen?
break?
Yeah, well, let's take a break while he settles his internet. I'll pause. We're live.
Oh, sorry, Flick. Sorry, everybody. I didn't mean that.
Welcome back.
Wait.
A small break.
So you're only saying that because we're live? So you wouldn't have said that if we weren't live?
He hates you live when we're on air, but he loves you when we're off air. Sounds like a.
So I think it's the other way around.
Oh. So we were talking about the physicality of golf. I probably for a long time when I was a young man, and I was consistently I won't say like I wasn't in the best shape of my life, definitely, but consistently like working out and moving and doing like sports and that sort of thing. I probably would have said the same thing about golf because when I played golf, it didn't feel like I was taxing anything, even though I was. But now, as I'm a little bit older and I've gone through phases where I don't work out for a period of time and then I go play golf and the next day I wake up and like all of my ribs and everything on the left side of my body from pulling and twisting my hips and all that is sore. That's when you get I feel like that's when you get a better respect for exactly what those muscles are doing and what they're like, how you can be exhausted by the end of a round of golf.
That statement makes me more confused on why you're confused on Tiger.
Because
like the way it makes Rob, I was 100. I agree with you, by the way. Like he's 40. Like he's a couple years away from being allowed to be on the fucking senior tour. Like
true statement.
Like I don't get why you think it's not necessarily easy, but like why you're surprised by it. Like he's a 46-year-old guy with a bunch of surgeries. Like it's just tougher. Like,
wait, hold on a second. No. I think you guys are misunderstanding me. I think you're thinking that I don't think that it should impact his play. I know it impacts his play. His back's fused. He can't do anything like he used to.
Can't move his ankle.
Right, but I'm talking about finishing 4 rounds of golf. Finishing. The dude is okay, so you're telling me prime Tiger or Tiger 10 years ago withdraws because he's got the flu? Like he did a few weeks ago?
Bro, he was literally shitting himself on the golf course. You can't finish round of golf when you're shitting in front of 4,000 people watching you.
Kobe Bryant finishes that. Michael Jordan finishes that.
Yeah,
prime Tiger finishes that.
in their mid-30s.
But my point is,
you could also run to the bathroom and to go take a shit in the toilet, as opposed to there's not.
All right,
toilets
okay.
everywhere.
Bad example. Let's find another tournament who withdrew from where he wasn't shitting his pants.
Because he got hurt. Sure.
No, I disagree. I think he just withdraws because he's like wimping out. He's old and he's wimping out. I think it's fine.
That's probably.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. If that's the case, if he's hurting and he's like tired and he's like, I can't do this weekend, fine. But like, I just feel like there's just like sob story. And again, I said at the beginning of this hot take that the media probably does a lot of it, and it's probably less Tiger, more media. But I don't get the sob story, man.
Okay, so 2024 Genesis flu. Get that. Masters Tournament 2023 had a major surgery a week later because he got hurt out there.
He also won the U.S. Open on a broke leg.
That's 2008 on broke leg.
You can't compare 2008 Tiger to 2020. Like, you just can't. Like, that makes no sense.
16 years. 16 years. That's over half my
46. What do you not understand about that? Like,
he's 48. Bro,
like golf is the only sport where you have people in their 40s that are even doing it.
Why 40? He's 48. He's Tiger Woods. He's got access to the best medicine in the world. Cam Hanes is out there at 50 whatever,
Cam
running
Hanes?
100 mile. An ultra marathon runner who's 54 or 55 or 56.
He's a loser anyways. Who wants to
No one
run
cares
ultra marathons?
I'm just
talking
saying,
about a real sport.
I'm just, bro. If you think, okay,
Golf is a game,
I will.
not a sport, by the way.
I will say, while I think the physicality of golf is well underestimated, you cannot compare that to running 100 miles.
Bruh, it's not a sport, though.
Sport or not, however you classify it, my point is,
I'm not
48 years old.
They're not athletic or not.
Why? So why? Like, what's Phil Mickelson's out there still crushing it? What's his excuse?
How old is Phil?
How old is he?
He's
75.
He's like 50. I think he's 53. He doesn't have a fused back. Doesn't have a fused ankle. Like recently lost weight. Like I don't know.
So
how to take.
okay, but my point is, take the
He
age
also
argument out.
sucks right now. By the way,
he's
he's
48.
not good at golf.
He's 48. Tiger's 48. The age is 48 is in golf is still fine. Like
No one wins at
It's the
48.
other stuff. It's the car crash and the training and all the broken down shit in his body that
100% agree.
he did. Yeah, the age is nothing.
Age is part
That's
of it,
not true.
100%.
You're not.
100%.
You're not as good at sports when you're 48 than you were when you were 28. Like
I just don't.
But like you could take away every surgery Tiger's done. Say he's never had a problem with his body. Tiger today would not be as good as Tiger 10, 15 years ago, even without the problems. It's not possible.
Look
Like
at
you're,
Federer.
like you're not as strong. You're
That
not
is
as
how
athletic.
aging works. That is correct.
Yeah. That's
Federer-
the point. But
Federer
Jordan's
is
just
not
like,
playing
like
tennis.
those things happen, but they shouldn't. Like it doesn't make an excuse for it.
I don't think him being 48 is the like big
I
thing.
don't think it's
That should be weighted. That should be weighted like this big.
But like you should
Well,
say basically
when
like
you've had 15 surgeries and you're almost 50 years old, like that's going to take an impact on your athletic ability to a large
But it's
extent.
I say it's more of the surgeries, less of the
Yeah.
age though.
okay. That's fine.
I think when you combine
That's what I
the two
said
of
the
them,
whole
it's a
thing,
big
though.
factor.
But like y'all are using the 48 thing like it's like that's what's causing all those problems.
because
Because Rob
when you're
just said you
no
don't
one-
win
no
at
one's saying
48.
that.
Like how many 48-year-olds are winning the Masters? How often does that happen?
Phil
I don't know the
Mickelson.
answer.
Phil Mickelson won the PGA Championship in 2021. He was the oldest major champion ever.
And
He also
Ever.
came in what did he
Came in second last year. That Masters is different. The Masters is completely different.
because the Masters is the same golf course every year.
Oh my God!
He's
I feel
played
like y'all got
1,000
an
times.
excuse.
No,
Y'all got an
that's
excuse
true.
for every single thing.
Everyone says this because there's only a certain amount of people that can win the Masters. It's if you play well the Masters, you can win the Masters. If you don't play well the Masters, you're never going to win there. That's why it's such an exclusive club. That's why there's so many multi-winners of it. Is because the Masters is a different breed than any other major.
I ain't never in my life seen
anyone
anybody
can go
defend
play
somebody so hard.
It's not. I'm not defending Tiger. I'm just saying when you're 18 years old and you have surgery, you bounce back 8 million times quicker than when you're 46 and have a surgery, like Tiger did 2 years ago.
I agree.
So and not to mention though, like Mason was saying, no one wins when they're this old. Like people stop winning golf tournaments when they're like 40. Now, sure, they might win a one-off. Like these older guys might win a one-off every now and then just because they're really good golfers and that shit happens.
Look at him. He's walking really well. He looks good.
I mean,
he looks phenomenal, actually. This is probably the best looking Tiger we've seen in a long time.
He's roided the fuck out.
Good.
TRT never hurt anybody?
I know. There's something we should talk about.
How old? Quick question.
Why am I not juicing?
He's 48. He's born December.
He's 48.
There has been 2 people.
Have you ever had your levels checked,
at the age of 48 or older?
There's been what?
2 people to ever win a major, 48 or older.
Yeah, it's
Phil
and somebody.
Phil and
Fred?
Julio, Julius Boris in 1968.
I mean,
Whoa.
yeah, that's pre, whatever.
Well,
I saw.
No, this list gets worse, actually. There's only been, at least this only shows me, I guess, the 10 oldest. Most of them are like 43 to 46, and almost every single one of them is like before 1990. There's one on here that has been in the past 30 years, and
The conversation is
longer.
Yeah.
Recently.
Well, they rolled the ball back.
No, they haven't rolled the ball back yet. They're talking about
they did roll the ball back.
No, they're talking about doing it. They haven't done it yet.
What? I could have swore I saw a graphic before the Masters started that talked about how it impacted everybody's drive.
No, they've showed a thing like how it's going to, but because they've already done testing, but they have not.
Maybe
done
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, again, I think y'all are like not twisting. You're saying you're using like winning majors in this argument, and it was never about. I know he's going to be worse at golf. I'm just talking about finishing 4 rounds of golf.
He's going to do it this weekend. What do you want from him?
He is, and I didn't believe it. Well, knock on wood. Let's hope he does. I mean, dude could fall apart in 2 minutes.
Could blow up today. That's possible.
If he blows up, but he finishes 4 rounds, I think that's fine. What can you do? Who cares? Whatever. As long as Bryson implodes today, I'm happy.
Not going to happen.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
I don't think he's going to play.
My opinion means nothing.
With his stupid fucking thing.
You know how he all his clubs are the same length, all that.
So
I mean,
It's so weird, but I mean, he's using prototype irons right now. So like literally, he had to go through some, I don't know what organization, basically to get them cleared for play this weekend, and they're literally prototypes.
They're cleared on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like 3D printed. There's something.
Yeah, they're 3D.
Right?
It's called Amado or something like that.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's kind of weird.
That's the brand, or somebody?
He worked with the brand to make them.
Yeah, they're
interesting. Gotta imagine
most pros work with the brand to make their own clubs, don't they?
Well, I mean,
I'm not talking about 3D printed, but
they get tweaked 100%. Like, if they want a little more weight in the toe, they want this, they can 100% do all that stuff because they get fitted and all that stuff. Sure, but they're taking the stock iron and then they're messing with it from there. They're not really making a whole new iron for them.
They're talking about for his driver though, how much what was it what do they call it, bulge and face there is to his specifically, and it's apparently it's a lot more forgiving with the way that his is built. So if you you toe on or tip it right off, it's
hold please, Tiger
still having a good.
He already hit.
You mean he hit somebody
into the crowd?
Oh shit!
You mean he hit somebody?
It's a good spot. It's fine.
Oh,
That's actually not a bad place to come in.
It's a good
from.
spot.
So
Yeah.
That was funny.
when I go to the Masters, I always sit behind two, and like
Aren't you
I watch
fucking
two.
Cool?
What do you mean? What motherfucker?
I don't know. I've never been to the
No, but
Masters.
two's my favorite hole to sit behind because like it's like especially like on the weekend, like on a Sunday, because that Sunday pins where it goes all the way around and whatnot. It's so cool to see that.
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Rob just said he's an ass man. He likes to sit behind the 2-hole.
I have always thought that if I went to the Masters, I would love to sit behind the fourth, the par 3, that long downhill par 3. I just think that would be like I feel like there's a lot that happens there because people will go left of the green, they'll go in that front bunker. Like I feel like there's just a lot of action.
I just like to go.
Like Hideki
There's
this
still a ton of
morning.
people that just follow Tiger around the course.
Yeah, I mean that's the dude.
That's everywhere. Though.
So when Tiger was in his prime, it was a Tiger curse. Like so when people hated playing with Tiger because the gallery was so much bigger, there was more chatter. Everyone always rooted for Tiger. So when Tiger would finish first, everyone would then leave to go to the next hole so they could watch Tiger tee off and whatnot. So when you're putting after Tiger's already finished and all you're seeing is all these people walking and going place, like it was always a distraction. So like that's why like, and granted, playing with Tiger also has to have its side effects just because he's Tiger and everything. But like, it was always not good to play with Tiger.
ESPN did this thing a long time ago. I remember. I think it was in high school. Maybe I was in middle school. I don't remember. They called it. They did like the stats on that. They called it the Tiger effect, and it was like how many strokes does the entire field pick up when Tiger's in the tournament? And it was like 2 or something. It was wild.
Damn.
Which is insane. But that was prime Tiger. I don't think. Maybe it still happens.
Have you seen that documentary about when he won the Masters in 2019? And like they were talking about, like players were talking about, like, you know, like I grew up watching Tiger, idolized Tiger, like I play golf because of Tiger, and like just to even like think like because they're talking about like Sunday and they're like coming down to the wire, like, you know, like I want to like, you know, go head to head with Tiger on Sunday, and like the reporter's like saying this, and then he goes, "The fuck you do." And just talk about like it is different. Like you don't want to do that.
And I was just about to say, imagine Tiger picks up like 3 strokes in this front 9, and miraculously, like imagine like this whole tournament changes. Everybody starts to get like, everybody's probably like, oh, the crowd changes. The players are probably all like starting to get nervous. Like, oh God, is he going to do it again? I would love it. How would that not? I mean, that's got to be like the number one thing you want to happen is Tiger picks up 3 strokes in this front 9, and he's like kind of in the mix. Like it would be.
If he goes like
so exciting.
-5 today, I'd be so happy.
It would be, yeah. If he does that, and like, and the rest of the field kind of stays roughly even, like I wouldn't miss a second of tomorrow.
I just sent y'all the link of the guy talking about Tiger. It's hilarious.
Where'd you send it? The WhatsApp?
In the chat.
Oh, what? What just happened? Oh, Webb sending. Is Webb what? I feel like I just got a message from like 3 days ago or something.
What?
Anyway.
Group me?
No. God, thank God, GroupMe's dead.
It's the worst app of all time.
So bad.
It was really bad. I don't know. I still didn't get anything, but whatever.
It's literally on like on this like in front of you.
Oh, I thought you meant. I got you.
Bot.
Who uses this? Oh, let's see. No, I can't play that because it's going to be in the audio. So I'll listen to it later.
Well, let's watch. Let everybody watch it.
Yeah,
it's on Instagram. Who cares?
I'll play it. I'll play the audio. 1 second. Close.
Idolizing Tiger, but they never played TV. Never saw the shots that they.
Y'all are so ahead of me. What is going on?
I was gonna say no one say anything because I think all of us are on different delays.
Okay. I'll stay quiet after he hits.
Actually, once he hits, put a finger up because I'm curious on what everyone's delay is.
All
right. When he hits it, I'll go.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. That's gonna be over y'all talking.
How is it possible that I'm ahead of you guys on the East Coast, on your West Coast?
Oh wow!
I think they're just behind.
Wow! Oh wow! Flick.
Did he just make it? No.
No.
Oh, I thought you.
Me and Flick are pretty close though.
Wait, what?
Dang, Rob's way behind.
We were trying to figure out the delay. We were trying to figure out the delay, like how bad it is for everyone. So I told everyone to put up a finger once Tiger hits. That way, just so don't say from moving forward. Don't say anything until Rob sees.
Yeah, I am.
That way we don't spoil it.
Hell behind.
I'm just gonna
respect the delay.
I'm gonna start saying things.
Respect the delay.
Like, he made it.
I don't. Y'all, if y'all want to do it, I don't care. That's fine. I don't.
Oh God, that was a great shot. Who just hit that?
It was a great shot.
I just
almost went in the hole.
I just refreshed my. That's Camilo Villegas.
Villegas. Who's he playing with?
That was
Rory?
a beautiful stroke.
No, I don't know who he's playing with.
I think he's in Rory's group.
Wait. Rory's ball just. I mean, Ricky's ball just hit in the trees. Did anyone see?
Yeah.
Bad.
I just saw it hit the tree.
Oh, so maybe
Rob's ahead of me now.
I hit the refresh. So
Ricky
Dicky hit now.
Now.
No.
Okay, so
he hit a tree. Or maybe he didn't. It looked like he was.
Wait, Matsuyama just hit is what I saw.
Yeah.
He hit into the woods too. God dog.
Did he hit on the other?
He did.
Yeah, it looks like
in there.
Okay, cool.
He may be in the pine straw. I don't know.
All right. Well, anyways, no. But
So predictions. Rocks. Make a prediction. Who do we think is going to win? We still think Scotty's going to win.
Scotty's going to win. I hate.
God, he's not going to win. He can't win.
Dude,
Favorite
he's
never
the
wins.
best player in the world.
Yeah, no argument there. But the favorite never wins.
Okay. Now, better question: are we taking
Unless
the
you're
top,
John Rahm.
Are we taking the top three, or are we taking the field? So are we taking Bryson, Scotty, Homa, or are we taking the field?
I think
that's a better question.
I think it's a question you can ask after today or answer today a lot easier. And the only reason I say that is because I feel like a lot of the scores right now that happened yesterday are going to be different from what we see today because of how bad the winds and stuff were yesterday compared to today. So I think we're going to see some lower scores and it'll be a little bit different. I don't know.
Have y'all seen Pat
take the
McAfee
top
do that
three.
thing where he like messes with the feet and he goes?
What?
No. You've seen that? Anybody? Bueller?
What?
Never mind. All right.
Okay. I think I'll take the top three, even though I think
I'm taking top three all day, every day.
But he's playing well, so I think Cam Young is going to move up a bunch.
That dude's golf swing is Tommy Fleetwood is the big the fact that he's not won a golf tournament is insane to me.
Yeah,
I mean he's won on the European Tour, but he's never won on the PGA.
I love Tommy Fleetwood.
Top 15 player.
I think he's gonna fall out of the top 10 today.
Ooh, El Tigre to putt.
He's gonna sink it right here. Let's go, baby.
Is it still one?
There's two.
He's on the second hole.
I wonder. I mean, Brooks hadn't been playing that good. +2.
He just missed that.
Oof.
He looks broke.
What
Jordan.
What?
I was like, he looks broke. He might quit.
Oh. Watch him when he bends over.
It's
like
crazy.
watching a 90-year-old man bend over.
Who's the sponsor he has on his hat?
It's his own
his
stuff.
brand.
So him and Nike parted ways.
Yeah, they parted ways after his thing with.
No, this is just recent.
This is pretty recent. Yeah,
it was. I think the contract just came to an end, right?
Mm-hmm. And he was like, "I'm gonna make my own shit," which kind of respect.
I mean, I don't feel like it's that big of a risk when you're a billionaire.
Yeah, when you got that.
Is he a billionaire?
Yeah,
he's got to be a billionaire.
He
right?
was. I mean, after he gave half
before his divorce.
Well, after he gave half his money away, he's made over $1 billion. I can tell you.
Wasn't he like the first $1 billion athlete?
Michael Jordan was.
I thought that was a thing.
No, I think Tiger was the first $1 billion athlete
I'll Google it.
to be playing still. But Michael, I think, became a billionaire before him, but he was also retired longer. So I don't know.
Y'all watch that movie Air? About
that's a great movie.
So good.
Phenomenal movie.
And took me so long to watch that movie because I was like,
I watched it twice.
I kept putting it off. I was like, I don't think it's gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna be good. And then I heard it was good, but I was like, I just don't feel like watching it. And then when I sat down and watched it, I was like, that was incredible. Like, what was I doing?
Yeah, Michael Jordan was the first.
Okay.
And then LeBron is now too, right?
He's a billionaire.
I don't know who that is. Never heard of him.
There's several. Michael Schumacher, I think, is a billionaire. There's a bunch of them.
Fucking.
I would assume Messi and Ronaldo are billionaires.
I wouldn't pee on LeBron if he was on fire.
Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it. That's.
I mean, I would. That's an opportunity to pee on LeBron.
God, dog.
I love
Great
that, Mason.
point.
That's so
That's a
good.
great point.
That's so good.
I mean, I don't love LeBron, but
Who?
I don't love him. I'm just saying, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't hate him either. He's a great basketball player. There's no denying that.
Oh, no.
He just needs to keep
not-
his mouth shut outside of it.
I'm
There's
not.
a lot of
I'm-
people like that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true, Jordan.
It's just LeBron's magnified because he's LeBron.
Yeah.
You're right. You're 100% right. Not knocking that.
Yeah.
No, nobody's going to take away his basketball ability. That dude's a phenom.
The Monstars might.
I never watched the
But
second
his
Space
movie,
Jam.
his
No,
Space
that
Jam
doesn't
is
exist.
so bad.
I pretend it doesn't exist.
Bad.
I didn't watch it because I didn't want to have any part of that.
Listen,
I regret watching it.
that's the defining thing. Like, that's what makes Michael Jordan better. His Space Jam is better.
100%. 100%.
Wait,
That should be on every argument. His Space Jam was better.
Space Jam was better. That's just a fact.
I like it.
Uh-oh. Floor, please.
Or please, teeing off. Tiger Woods.
Come on, baby. Strike it.
You know, that's my buddy. That's my buddy's dad that does that at the Masters.
Really?
Yeah, that's looking good, boy.
Yeah, nice little.
God,
God, I wish I could fade. I wish I could.
Someone
have
step on it.
clean
Step on it.
fade
Step
like
on
that.
it. Step on it. Damn you people.
Somebody hit it with their foot. What's that wedge?
I'd be
How much
sitting
trouble
there.
do you get in if you kick that?
I'd be sitting there. I'd be like, I'd be like, you know, just I'd be stopping with my.
You're banned from
Do it again?
the city of Augusta, probably. There was a video this morning, like, because you're not allowed to like run at the Masters, and there's a video of a guy who was like just like going over and like was speed walking and then kind of started running, and they immediately told him to leave and told him not to come and kindly told him not to come back. So
I was at a practice round once, and a buddy of mine saw me across the fairway. He started yelling Robert. They immediately went over to him and like they like begged, and they're like they were kind of lenient on him because like it was a practice round, but they were like, if it had been during the tournament, they'd be out.
Damn. Wow. The
I
place
do
is
like
crazy.
they make
isn't
you
it?
respect the rules like that, though. I
Oh, and
appreciate that.
no phone is. I can't tell you how cool it is. Because like,
Oh, there's no phones allowed out there?
No, your cell phone, you have to leave it in your car. You are not allowed to bring cell phones out there.
I love that.
It is epic. Well,
there's comedians that have started doing that too.
Oh, they've been doing
no
that for a
phones.
long time.
Yeah,
Chappelle's one of the first to do that, actually. And the only reason I know that is because I used to work at the Tabernacle, and I was working there when Chappelle played for a couple of nights, and they had these like new pouches that like you would have to drop your phone off and put them in. They like just came out, like, and I'm not sure if he like invested in them or like he was just really big into it at the time, but it was like I was like probably one of the few people in the show that had their phone on them because I was working.
That whole thing is crazy to me. We turned on, we were watching YouTube yesterday, day before, and we saw this like Bruno Mars thing, and it was like Bruno Mars live in Tokyo, and we started it. We were like, oh, this is cool. It was like an hour and 20 some odd minute video. We were like, oh man, this would be cool, like a whole Bruno show. We can watch that. And turn it on, and it's just somebody with their cell phone that recorded the entire set.
People
We're
are
like
idiots.
What?
Like who's going to enjoy that? And why do that?
I'm trying to find the camera, just like watching the show and holding their phone the whole time. Like, Jesus Christ.
I can't wait for John to hear this part.
Oh, he'll be so
I
mad.
mean, you have to be like sitting there with your arm up like this.
My arm would fall off.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of patience.
No one got that joke. Okay.
I got it.
I didn't pay attention. I didn't hear it.
Oh my God, now I do.
We're just immediately getting banned for that joke.
That's funny. Come on.
I missed it. I didn't hear it.
That's funnier than watching midgets yo-yo. Y'all remember that Larry the Cable Guy
Yes.
joke? God,
Dude, what
dog.
happened to him? Did he just like
He's
fell off
still
the
doing
face of the
comedy.
earth?
No, he had a special on Netflix not too
Really?
long ago.
I hadn't seen anything about
It's
him.
pretty funny.
hard for
Ron
comedians to
White
stay
had
on
one
top.
recently too.
Yeah, I did.
I
see
feel like
Ron
that's
White.
one of the harder industries actually. To stay on
Comedy?
top is yeah. It's
Yeah.
always revolving. Like who's at the top there?
Okay, hold on. Well, since we're talking about comedies, I have it's a question, kind of a hot take. So, like, you know how like Joe Rogan's podcast is massive. I mean, the biggest in the world. Blah 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 blah. You know, and all the comedians love him, and he always talks about his bits and everything. Why is that? I don't see anything Joe Rogan related for comedy.
I've watched several of his specials.
I've never seen.
Good. I've never watched one.
Well, I don't.
They're fine. They're fine.
I've seen stuff on Netflix. I've seen stuff on YouTube, but I've never seen anything of Joe Rogan's.
They're on Netflix. He's got Netflix specials. Yeah, I mean they're fine. His comedy's different. I don't know how to describe it because I don't know like the technical terms of comedy, but they're pretty funny.
And there's just people who are funny but would be terrible comedians too, because like they're funny in like conversation and stuff like that.
Like
but
Matt Rife, I don't think his stand-up's funny at all, but like when he's sitting there like working the crowd, I think he's hilarious.
That bothered me in his special when he was like, everybody says I can only do crowd work. Yeah, because your special was kind of ass.
It was terrible.
But his crowd work is freaking awesome.
It's the
I
best.
didn't watch this thing.
It's not good. And like,
but that's your thing. So like, just enjoy it, man. Like,
yeah, own it. Own what you're good
Yeah,
at.
if it's funny, it's compelling, it's fun. Yeah. I don't know how comedians do it, man. Like that's like an art form that just makes zero sense because there's like it's not like I don't know, man. There's just so many different ways to do comedy. Like y'all remember like Jeff Dunham and the puppets and all, and like how funny he was, and the way that like Eddie Murphy does comedy, the way Dave Chappelle does it, the way Shane Gillis, like all these guys that you think of when you think of like the top comedians, and how different they can be, but how funny they are. And it's just like there's no rhyme or reason in my head. Maybe I just don't know enough about it. Like,
but what makes something funny? What makes something not funny?
I mean, there's a lot of practice that go, like in the sense of like especially like they tour in all these different places and they're constantly trying new material and constantly like switching things up at like one show compared to the next show. I mean, that's how they do it. Like,
and they all talk about how often they bomb.
All the time.
Yeah.
But they're all,
but even just
that stuff for specials and shit.
Right. But and that's like the whole point of this. That's like the whole point of the cell phone thing.
He went way left.
I think he's in Augusta.
Or way left. Really, motherfucker.
That's
like, how do you even?
I'm a funny guy in conversation, but I would be terrible at stand up.
How do they write it? Like even if they like
They're
even if
good
it's
writers.
bad material, how do they
They're
write
good
it?
writers too. That's
They test out all those jokes like well in advance.
Like there's so much testing that you don't think about in every one.
Hold on. Oh, this is like the business idea again. I'm not even to the point of testing out material. How do you write it? Like it's like writing a song. Sit down and try to write a song. And like I guarantee you won't be able to come up with a full song.
Well, yeah,
I could come up with a chorus.
I could write a joke set before I could do a song.
Jordan and I have written a song together and it didn't go well.
We didn't even finish it. It was
Not
terrible.
Really. Yeah. But also, have you seen what's the Mark? What's his name? Mark Norad?
Norman?
Mark Norman. Have you seen? So he carries around like
a notebook.
No. Like note cards in his back pocket.
Oh.
No. Literally in his back pocket. So like and he just writes down jokes when he thinks of one.
And so like he has newer material on top of his old stuff on
I
the
think
back.
a lot of comedians do that.
But it's a fat stack. And so on the most recent Protect Your Parks, Joe Rogan and Shane Gillis just roast him for it. It's so damn funny.
Norman is hilarious to me. I think he's so funny when he says something just so like abrasive, and then he goes it makes me die. It makes me die laughing because he just says something just so like
so
racist
wrong.
or like so abrasive, and he just goes, "Eh."
Oh, that guy's really funny. I've seen some of his shorts.
Essentially talking about like he talks about little kids and like it'll break something and he goes,
Good putt.
Man, you're like, oh.
Ooh, that was a nice shot. How do y'all feel about Andrew Scholes?
Andrew Schultz.
Why
did I can't pick?
Hey,
can't put it.
I think his podcast is funny, but like,
I know this comedian, but
he's kind of like, he's kind of one of those guys that like.
Oh, he's funny.
He's one of those guys that like hits you in the nose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
I think he's really funny. He's a crowd guy too.
Yeah, he's definitely
really
strong.
Guy.
Yeah,
but he also
he's less of a crowd guy than Rife. He's a little bit more dynamic in my opinion.
But I say I think his stand-up's better than Rife's though.
Oh yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah.
How funny was Kevin Hart for those like few years he's putting those specials out? He was like Chappelle funny for those few years.
He's solid.
Yeah.
The one where he's at the microphone and he's just like looking at you like kind of like this. He's like, and then he goes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
It's about to go down. Yeah.
Like, it also sucks that he like gave that up. I guess he didn't give it up, but like just not doing it anymore.
He did that.
Him and The Rock just started doing movies. Yeah.
And those are funny movies too.
The Rock's the same way. It's a shame Rock stopped doing WWE, but man, we're here.
I think The Rock's better. I think The Rock outgrew WWE.
I think WWE is stupid.
Well, guys, it's been fun. I gotta go.
It's the worst form of entertainment out there right now.
Soap opera's got to be worse.
I'll give you that.
You can have that, buddy. Does that help you?
Also,
is it just reaching at the bottom of the barrel?
Dude,
how does that exist?
I also think what's the last good comedy show that has been released? Honest to God.
What do you mean comedy show? Like a TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Tiger.
I don't know that I watched that many comedy shows until somebody's like, "Oh, this is really funny," and then I like go watch it based off of recommendation. I don't go seeking comedy shows.
Either do I. And John made fun of me this morning. He's like, I told him like my top 10 TV probably doesn't have a single like sitcom or just comedy show on there. Like,
well, yeah, that's a crazy statement.
Like, I mean, like The Office. I'm not an Office fan. Like, I think it's funny, sure, but like, is it my favorite? Not even close. Like, same with Friends. Same with like, I mean, I think out of all those, like How I Met Your Mother was my favorite. And
oh, you're crazy.
Oh, out of those, I agree. But The Office.
Oh, you're crazy too.
I agree. Out of those,
the How I Met Your Mother, like on the list of comedy TV shows, I wouldn't even. It's probably.
But what are your favorites? Your favorite comedy TV shows?
Wait.
First.
Are we going to do a podcast on this?
No.
Yeah, but we're doing the draft, so it's going to be slightly different.
Well, so
and this is just comedies.
Yeah. I
think.
You think Friends is your one?
I won't say my whole list. I think Friends is my top. I think The Office is like probably like 5th or 6th. How Much Your Mother's. I say that The Office is maybe higher than that because I don't know that I've watched.
But I don't know if I've watched that many. That's the thing is like I've probably watched.
Yeah.
I've watched. And I haven't watched all the way through either. But I mean, like I've seen a good many episodes, like Seinfeld, The Office, How I Met Your Mother.
You ever watch Scrubs?
Oh, I love Scrubs.
I have seen it, but I haven't watched it all.
Scrubs is
I think I put Scrubs in my top 10.
Scrubs. You know what sucks about Scrubs is you can't get the full experience anymore unless you buy like the DVDs. So like that's a show that had like music was like a big part of like some of that stuff, and that was before like streaming and everything. So their contracts didn't really include that. So a lot of the songs they have in the show, if you go watch it on DVD versus go watch it like on Hulu, they have to change some of the songs because they didn't have the copyrights for them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a crazy fact.
Yeah.
Home Improvement. I love Home Improvement.
Home Improvement is fun. There's a lot of comedy shows out there that I watched like as a kid that were really funny, but I didn't watch them all the way through because you didn't watch shows that back then.
Yeah, but those shows back then were like comedy, but also like was week in week out had a point. Like it was like on morals and stuff. You know what I mean?
Remember back in the day?
I forgot 2.5 Men, dude.
2.5 Men is damn funny. I
I haven't watched that all the way through either, though.
You remember back in the day though when you would watch
Brooklyn
TV
Nine-Nine.
shows and if you like missed if you missed a week, you just like that episode was just gone forever.
It was absolutely.
It was the worst.
Somebody was like, "Oh, did you see it?" It's like, "No." Like, and then like you might see it like 15 years later on a rerun or something.
Yeah, that's so true, Jordan.
So crazy. Times are so different now.
That Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you take the last season out, like the
last
season,
season's terrible.
it's fantastic.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is hilarious. I downloaded it and I never watched it all the way through. And I'm sad.
I think if you take the last season out, Brooklyn Nine-Nine might be my favorite comedy. Actually, I totally forgot about.
I say the same thing with Scrubs. The Scrubs last season does not exist in my mind. Just so we're clear.
That was
Yeah.
pretty bad. It was.
Parks and Rec's up there for me, but it might not be for everyone else.
But
I love Parks and Rec.
I couldn't get into
Parks
it.
and Rec is really funny.
The first season and a half kind of is like boring, but after that it gets really good. I think it does the same stuff. If you like The Office, you'll like that. I think it has a little bit more of story to it, which I like compared to The Office, and like character development, that kind of stuff. Like The Office had some, but it was like the beginning of the season and the end of the season, and then it was just a bunch of The Office doing funny shit.
I might have liked Parks and Rec more than The Office. Is that that's probably a really hot take? Oh, you do? Really?
100%. I think The Office is funnier. Parks and Rec's a better show.
I think Parks and Rec's comedy is better written, honestly. I think The Office is like all about like how awkward Michael Scott can be.
That's true.
And that's why I hated it. Not hated it, but
It's
like,
funny. It's just different.
But I can't do I'm one of those people, like when I see awkward moments on TV, I flip the channel. Like I don't do it. I don't like it.
I'm with you, Rob. That's why I can't watch The Office.
Secondhand awkwardness or whatever. I'm like, nope, get me out of here. Change it.
I get that.
Yeah.
So
I forgot that I watched Parks and Rec all the way through.
Is Parks and Rec awkward like The Office or not?
It tries to be in the first season. It tries to be too much like The Office the first season, and then they start to find their own voice kind of halfway through season 2. Honestly, it's when what's his name?
Chris Pratt.
No.
I know you're right. Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe and is it Adam something?
Yeah, Severance guy.
Yeah, what's his fucking name?
I want to say Adam Scott, but
Canadian guy?
No, I think it is Adam Scott. Or something.
Oh, it is Adam Scott.
When those two get on the that's when the show gets. I think that's when they like kind of find themselves in it.
Chris Pratt is phenomenal in that show. He really is hilarious.
His outtakes are better than some of from that show. Or
the kids keep wiping and wiping and wiping.
The one where like he goes and steals a briefcase. That one's. I'll cry. But the one have y'all seen the one where he steals the briefcase and he comes back and like he is like, but we can't keep the briefcase, and so he throws it over and he throws it over this thing and he hits a fucking light switch and he breaks the light switch.
Yeah,
so props had to fix all that shit. It was like
too funny.
It was a 1 in a million thing.
Yeah, too funny.
But I mean, like, I legitimately now think about it. I bet I've watched less than 5.
You've pet? What have you pet?
No, I said I bet I've watched less than 5. Like
I've seen him pet a few things.
Oh boy.
Oh,
here we go. Boys, it's been roughly an hour and a half. I think we were just kind of hanging out today, right? Well, let's make final predictions on the Masters and wrap this thing up. This has actually been a really fun episode, which I thought it was going to be kind of just us talking about some golf, which I guess we talked about a lot of golf, but somehow we got into.
I've said this all. I think us bullshitting are weirdly some of the best episodes because I think the bullshitting episodes encompass who we are and our dynamic better than anything else.
We do it well. That's probably why we haven't gotten
great
very
at
far in
bullshit.
life.
G-Day's on right now. I wonder if anybody watching that.
No.
G-Day? What's that?
That's fair, Mason.
All right. I'm calling Max Homa. Max Homa is my horse.
I wanted to be a homosexual.
I'm taking Tiger.
Mason.
I don't know.
He is even through 3.
Oh
Oh, I mean, I'm taking Scotty if y'all motherfuckers are doing that.
I'm just not picking Scotty because I don't think the favorite wins. So, all right, Flick, who are you picking?
I'm guessing I can't pick Max.
Yeah, you can. It's fine.
That's
you
who I was
Max
going to
pick. All right. Well, two of us.
That's who I want. That's who I kind of want to win.
I want BD, but I'm taking SS.
Don't say that. People are going to think less of you.
It doesn't matter, dude. I don't care. Why would I care what someone thinks about me?
Because it matters in life.
No, it doesn't. Whoa, that's so not true. Kids, if you're listening, what people think about you is only important if they're close to you and you care about them. But if you don't care about them and someone thinks ill of you, you tell them to fuck off.
That's only if you're rich already. That's only if you're rich already, and otherwise you need to kiss a lot of ass to make it in life.
No, that's also not true. Don't listen to him. He is up his ass. He's up someone's ass. That's why he can only say that.
He's kind of right. I hate it, but he's kind of.
I hate it too.
I
hate it too. No. All right.
You kiss ass when you need to. You don't always kiss ass. Don't stay kissing ass. Don't stay kissing ass, friends.
That's true. I guess we're not the crew that should be giving all the best advice.
Come on, Tiger, make this putt.
Oh God, I thought something was happening. I was like, he's dying.
Rory's on my screen.
What are you doing, Tiger? It's a terrible putt.
Rory hasn't made a putt all day. Every time I look up, he's missing a putt.
Oh, Rory just hit it in the water on 12. Oh, it stayed up. Never mind. It stayed up.
I don't think that's happening unless I'm like way behind you on the last hole. But anyway,
it just landed on my screen.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
The Rory shot did? Rory's in the air right now.
We'll see how everybody's horses do in the next episode. Next episode will be TV shows list draft.
You're saying that 100%?
Yes. We just don't have I don't know when it's going to be. It won't be tomorrow, obviously, but
no.
We'll try to line it up and get it done sometime next week.
Like and subscribe and comment and and subscribe and comment.
Flick is the resident subscribe
plug god.
Love him.
I mean, we gotta say that shit.
Gotta stay fly.
It helps.
Sorry.
Every time these random question, real quick. Do you guys like the video when it comes out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Always.
Good.
All right.
All right. Later, boys.
It was fun. See y'all.
Bye.